Ouais, je sais. Je suis là, je vais t'expliquer. You will hear French sentences like that everywhere. And, okay, I know, they can be hard to understand. Luckily for you, you can practice this kind of everyday French with fun pop culture like Netflix shows. For instance,
Ouais,
Prenez une coupe, s'il vous plaît. Salut. Ouais, je sais, je suis là, je vais t'expliquer.
even in the first few lines of that scene, you can learn a few useful French sentences and spot mannerisms as well. And they speak very fast, so that's excellent practice. Let's start with ouais. Ouais is a very casual, everyday way to say oui for yes, oui. In the same way, je for I, je, often gets shortened in je, even before it's not before a vowel, because French people love eating the letter E. So, je vais prendre une coupe s'il vous plaît, je vais prendre une coupe s'il vous plaît, actually means je vais prendre une coupe s'il vous plaît. Je vais prendre une coupe s'il vous plaît. I will have a flute, please. And this simple sentence is also a fantastic way to learn about the near future, where we have this structure of je vais plus verb, je vais plus verb, that means I am going to do something. Here also she cuts the ending because she's probably talking about une coupe de champagne, une coupe de champagne because she's at a fancy reception. Then salut means hi, of course, and then there's a sentence that recaps everything that we just learned. Ouais, je sais, je suis là, je vais t'expliquer. Yeah, I know I'm here, I'm going to explain, literally. Or we would say more naturally, I can explain. Here you have everything. You have ouais for we, you have suis where we eat the e, we have je vais where we eat the e as well. You have the near future with je vais t'expliquer, and all this in just a few lines of a fun show. The scene we're going to analyze today comes from the French show 10%, 10%, which can mean both 10% and 10 people serving 100 people. And it's a very fitting name for a show that's about talent agents. In English, it is called Call My Agent. 10% is the biggest French show that I actually follow, and you can watch it on Netflix. In this scene at a fancy reception, experienced agent Andrea meets her former young assistant Camille, who quit her job a few episodes ago. So it's a bit awkward, and let's see how it plays out.
Non, mais c'est pas la peine. C'est pas facile de plus être mon assistante, hein? Tine. C'est que tu m'as manqué? Ah bon? Je pensais pas.
Non, mais c'est pas la peine. Non, mais c'est pas la peine means no, but don't bother. Non is the informal way we have to say non. C'est pas la peine is a common sentence meaning it's not worth it. So it's not worth the trouble, and you can shorten it into don't bother. The next line is c'est pas facile de plus être mon assistante, hein? C'est pas facile de plus être mon assistante, hein? It means it's not easy not being my assistant anymore, is it? Notice the useful sentence here. C'est pas facile. C'est pas facile. It's not easy in casual French. And she dropped the ne in the negative. Un is a small word we use kind of everywhere, especially when we want to show an interrogation. So it can mean is it or isn't it or what did you say? Un. Then we have tu sais que tu m'as manqué. Tu sais que tu m'as manqué. This sentence means you know that I missed you, or you know what? I missed you. Notice how in French we say tu me manques for I miss you. Yes, in French, subject and object are reversed. I also made a full video on that, by the way. Ah bon, je pensais pas. Ah bon, je pensais pas. Here we have a very casual French for Oh yeah? I didn't know. And this sentence is in l'imparfait, the imperfect tense. I also made a full video on that, by the way. But right before that, you saw a very French tradition, which is clinking their glasses while saying chin chin, chin chin. We call this trinquer, trinquer in French. Trinquer is the way we have to clink our glasses and say cheers. You can also say santé, santé for good health.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ces chaussures?
Oh là, j'avoue, c'est à ma mère.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Is a long-winded way to say what is this with more surprise. You could also say in informal French c'est quoi or c'est quoi ça? Or even qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est if you want to be more formal. So, qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Or qu'est-ce que c'est que ces chaussures is more like what the hell is this? What the hell are those shoes? And you can see Camille answering with a bit of shame. J'avoue, j'avoue, j'avoue literally means I admit, I confess, or you're right in casual French. The expression is especially popular with younger people like Camille. She's feeling judged as she confesses, c'est à ma mère. C'est à ma mère. These are my mom's shoes. Let's move a little bit faster now.
Camille, tu connais New York?
Ah non. Enfin si, bien sûr. Mais j'y suis jamais allée, quoi.
Tu parles anglais?
Yes.
A little. Ça te dirait de m'accompagner à New York? Venir travailler avec moi dans une grosse agence? UBA. J'ai besoin d'une assistante.
Camille is dumbfounded. She's looking for her words, so she speaks classic informal spoken French. When she says non, enfin si bien sûr, mais j'y suis jamais allée quoi. You can see her start with non, which means no. Is the hesitation in French. Then she realizes that she does know about the city with enfin si bien sûr. Enfin si bien sûr. I mean, I do, of course. Enfin, enfin literally means in the end. Enfin. But it is most often used to say I mean. Here, si means yes. But in French, we use si in order to answer oui to negate a negation. Like, I don't know. Oh, I actually do know. That's how we use si in French. I also made a full video on that, by the way. And we also use in French when we're looking for our words. It's not too elegant, but it is a habit French people have. J'y suis jamais allée. J'y suis jamais allée is I've never been there before. Well, the ne has been removed because we're talking everyday French here. And ending a sentence with quoi is a way to finish with like I mean. It doesn't mean anything. Non, enfin si bien sûr, mais j'y suis jamais allée quoi. Andrea is much cooler and collected, but she uses everyday spoken French that you can use in a conversation as well. For instance, ça te dirait is casual French for would you like? Ça te dirait, or what would you say? As in, ça te dirait de m'accompagner à New York? Ça te dirait de m'accompagner à New York? For what would you say about coming to New York with me? Oh, and here notice how we use j'ai besoin for I need. J'ai besoin, as in j'ai besoin d'une assistante. J'ai besoin d'une assistante. I need an assistant. And finally, they hatch out an agreement.
Je sais pas. De quoi, quand, comment?
Non mais attends, on s'en fout, ça c'est des détails. Ça te dit ou pas?
Ben je sais. Ouais. C'est fou. Là d'accord.
On en reparle.
Again here, Camille is at loss for words, so she tries to answer by asking her own questions. But Andrea keeps to the point with a very direct sentence with informal grammar. Non, mais attends, on s'en fout ça, c'est des détails, ça te dit ou pas? Non, mais on s'en fout ça, c'est des détails, ça te dit ou pas? Non, mais attends literally means no, but wait. It is often used in French as a general expression to say, oh, come on, or I stop you right here. You can also use it to mean let's be frank. I'm sorry, it's vague, but because it is so general, the meaning is really going to depend on the context. However, on s'en fout clearly means we don't care. On s'en fout. It is a mildly rude way to say we don't care about that. And finally, she asks again, very clearly, ça te dit ou pas? Ça te dit ou pas? Would you like or not? Are you in or not? And she also cuts the in ça te dit because she speaks very fast. She says ça dit ou pas? Meanwhile, Camille is impressed because this is a very big opportunity. She uses ben twice, which is the French pronunciation in everyday spoken French for bien, the adverb that means well. We say ben instead of bien. And she ends up by saying d'accord, I agree. You don't say the D at the end. D'accord for I agree. Finally, Andrea leaves with a very simple on en reparle. Let's talk about this later. Here you can notice a verb. So here, reparler means parler again, talk about it later. On en reparle. And spoilers, it's the topic of next week's lesson. And now you can watch the full scene without subtitles. I know that they speak very fast, especially Andrea, but it's okay if you still have trouble understanding all the letters. If you struggled at time, you can go back and watch my explanations again. But really my point today is that I wanted to show you that you can do that same work for any piece of French pop culture that you're actually enjoying. It takes time, it is real work, but it is a fun way to practice understanding everyday spoken French, and now you're ready to do that yourself. I mentioned a lot of grammar points in this video though. We talked about dropping the ne, we talked about le futur proche, we talked about tu me manques. Yes, manquer is so tricky for students, and that is a lot to learn. But you will find full lessons on each of these topics in this playlist that I made for you. Just click right here on your screen to access them. I will see you in the next video. À tout de suite!